Whether you work for yourself or you're self-employed, chances are you've been toying with the idea of becoming a digital nomad, and chances are this video is perfect for you. For a lot of people, becoming a digital nomad seems so far out of reach because there's like this perception where you need to drop everything that you're currently doing in order to travel and work at the same time. I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bianca. I'm a content strategist and creator, and in 2023, I am kicking it up a notch and traveling abroad to work at the same time. I wanted to share a little bit of my experience in terms of the prep that we had to do in order to make this work for our schedules and our lifestyle. This video will be a part 1 of the Digital Nomad series for complete newbies and complete beginners like I am. In 2022, my partner and I decided to travel around and visit family and do some really fun trips, and it turned out that we weren't in one specific spot for more than 3 weeks at a time. And that really opened our eyes to the possibility of traveling abroad and working at the same time. This year is a really big year for us. We have a lot of projects on the horizon, but we still wanted to make this work. And so in this video, I'm going to be sharing what we've prepped and how to do it for yourself. If you have a current employment that you don't want to let go of, whether that is with a certain company or it's working for yourself, I would recommend starting the planning session at least 6 months in advance. And that is for a multitude of reasons. Number 1 is to set up yourself for success for your finances. Number 2 is to communicate and negotiate with your company, and sometimes that takes a little bit of time. Number 3 is to take advantage of travel rewards credit cards. And number 4 is to really have a game plan and create an intentional travel plan in order for you to not experience that travel burnout. So back in the summer, my partner and I sat down and we had this huge whiteboard in front of us, and we had to take a look at a multitude of things for 2023. So that was back in July. Now we're in January. We have a wedding to pay for. We want to get a new place for ourselves, and we wanted to travel. And so in order to make all of that work, we needed to be very honest with ourselves and very calculated in what money will go where and when. So in the digital nomad planning process, we had to take a look at 3 things. Number 1 was finances, like I previously mentioned. Number 2 was routines, what type of routine that we wanted to have and what will we like our days to look like. And number 3 was lifestyle. What are the things that would make us the most happy? Because there's so many possibilities and there's so many choices to make once you decide, I want to travel and work at the same time. You've got to take a look at what you're currently working with and what you want to achieve, and then decide from there, because the possibilities are endless. You can go to a beach town, you can go down south to Mexico, you can go all the way across the world to Australia, I mean, depending on where you are. You can go to Asia, Europe, I mean, there's so many choices, and it's so exciting but also very overwhelming. So in order for us to decide where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do, we had to take a look at all of that and more. So number 1, let's take a look at finances. And this is something that I highly recommend for you to have, maybe like a monthly or quarterly finance meeting with your significant other, especially if you're planning on doing like big projects like getting a home, traveling, all those types of things. It's really, really great. And so what happens in these meetings is that we take a look at all of our assets, meaning how much we make every single month, plus our savings, plus any sort of extra investments that we have. We take a look at all of those assets. We also take a look at all of our expenses, what we have to pay for every month. And then we take a look at what money goes where. So with all of that rest of the money, chunk of money that we have, what will be going towards the wedding, what will be going towards a place, and how much do we have left to budget for a travel plan. Once you have an idea of a budget, so basically like a monthly, sum of money that you can use, that will really help you figure out where you want to live, because let's be real, some places are more expensive than others. So being able to figure out what your budget is will really, really help you out in terms of where you want to go. Next thing was to take a look at routines. And so the fact of the matter is that we didn't want to leave our current jobs. And so we had to find a way to work and travel at the same time. So Colton works for a company, I work for myself. We both work 9 to 5, Monday to Fridays. So finding a place that we can still work Eastern Standard Times and still be able to connect with our coworkers, our clients in Canada. Next is lifestyle, what we want our travel adventures to look like. I personally am more of a homebody, and Colton is more of someone who's like go, go, go and doing a whole bunch of things. So we basically had to find a compromise that will allow us to travel and still be comfortable and motivated to do work. Because I feel like one of the biggest challenges and one of the biggest fears in terms of digital nomad living is that your brain feels like you're on vacation, and you can't really figure out a way to create a routine for yourself. And this might still be a problem. I mean, I will have to live through it to find out. But we made sure to find a way for us to feel like it's a home away from home, and to ensure that we have a consistent routine every single day so that we can get our work done but also enjoy it at the same time. And so once we decided and figured out what we wanted, then it was time to communicate to the clients, communicate to the coworkers, and negotiate how long that we can leave. With Colton's work, he was able to get 3 months that we can travel and work at the same time, which is absolutely fantastic. If you can find a company that shares the same values as you, this is entirely possible for you. And in order for us to still work Eastern Standard Time, we will be working in Europe. And in Europe, there are a couple of places that we will be in that will allow us to work from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., still have our mornings to do whatever we need. And so we will be staying in one spot 1 month at a time. So this is what we decided to do in order for me to feel like I had a home away from home and feel comfortable, was that we couldn't be moving around too often. So having 1 month, like one city per month, allowed me to really create a routine and allowed me to kind of have the best of both worlds, where we can go on little trips on the weekends but still have kind of like a home base. Lastly, a huge benefit in planning this months and months in advance is that you can use all of the tools that you need to your advantage. Thus comes in travel rewards credit cards. Once Colton and I decided that we wanted to do this digital nomad experience, we immediately applied for a travel rewards credit card and started to use it right away. That way we can start racking up travel points so that when we were ready to book our flights to wherever we wanted to go, then we can pay it off with points. And we didn't even have to use any of our travel budget to pay for the plane ticket. That is it for this week's video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit more about this working abroad experience and bring you along for the adventures along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!